What if you could build a business that gives you the life of freedom you deserve? What if you could find the secrets to marketing, leadership, customer service, and other aspects of business that help you exceed your goals? What if you could walk away from your business for 30 days and it never misses a beat? That's what this podcast is for, to help business leaders like you find freedom from the day-to-day grind and start spending your time doing the things you love. I'm Levi McClendon, and my co-host is Josh Taylor, and this is the Cheers to Freedom podcast.
Hey, welcome to the Cheers to Freedom podcast. I am Josh Taylor, and I am with Levi McClendon. Levi, we are back in the country and at home with it feels like just a month of just straight up traveling.
Just recovering. I'm in recovery mode.
Way too much time together.
Oh, true. Probably spent more time with you than I did anyone in the last few weeks, but man, traveling was amazing. But to come back and the next day go to the ICA show in Nashville, what a whirlwind. People are like, how do you do it? And honestly, Josh, I get so amped when I'm at those shows. I love people. I love the energy. I crashed hard Wednesday afternoon, even sitting at the airport. And Austin was sitting next to me, dude. He's sitting in a chair, just out like a light. And so once I got on the airplane, I was out.
Why he was tired.
True. But man,
it wasn't because he was in Greece for 2 weeks before that.
What's that?
It wasn't because he was in Greece for 2 weeks before that.
No, that is for sure. But man, just the whirlwind. But the time of being at the ICA show. Let's talk about that for a second, man. What a show! What an industry. I know we say it all the time, man. But if you haven't been to the show and you're listening to this podcast, you gotta go. I don't care if you need anything or not. It's not always about the equipment. It's not about the freebies. What it's about is the networking, the engagement, the relationships, the going out, the hanging out. To me, that's what this is all about. And along the way, we get to sell a really cool product and engage with our customers. But man, more than anything, it's just a really good time to get face to face with friends, family, workers, co-workers. We get our group together. But what a cool show.
I look forward to it. I mean, every one that we go to, whether it's ICA or Southwest or any of them, they're so much fun. Obviously, the ICA one is the biggest one. You get to connect with just so many people. But every time we go, it just reminds me of why I love this industry. I mean, I've been doing this for almost a year now, and I just fall in love with this industry every time I go to one of these shows over and over again, because the people are just so cool. And not only are they cool, they're just kind. And, people are willing to share ideas and information and secrets that help each other succeed. And that's why I love it. And obviously we get to connect with our customers that are there. And for me, it's a lot of putting faces to names. And, maybe you talk to somebody on the phone or you Zoom with them, and then you get to finally see them in person. And it's just so much fun. And, then you hang out with them after the show and you see a totally different side of them that is even more fun. So, and, people just kind of let their hair down, and it's just, I don't know, if you, I agree with you, Levi. If you haven't been, you should
really
go. And I think if
real.
you go once, you're going to want to go over and over again.
You get real with them, and it's more than just sitting in a booth, especially when you get to go out and get to know somebody, like you said. It's just a lot of fun, and Nashville's super fun. So being downtown and going to those places is a lot of fun to hang out and getting to know each other on deeper levels than just washing cars. And I know that's kind of the deal, right? It's more than washing cars, but it really is. So anyway, enough about that, Josh. Let's move on. Awesome show. What's a takeaway? We always like to give a little takeaway from these shows that we have that we're doing. But what's a takeaway that we had from our show? What do you think?
We tried something different this time. The last couple of shows, we just kind of testing, marketing and sales. It's all about testing what works and what doesn't work. And the last couple of shows, we get a lot of leads from the shows, but then you had to follow up with them afterwards. And I don't know what our close rate is after those leads, because I'm moved on to marketing the next thing. But we figure out what works and what doesn't work. But one of the things that was bothering me over the last couple of shows is we were not signing people up on site. And one of the takeaways that, or something that we tried that was different, and something that we've actually talked to our customers about doing on their own car wash sites, is making an offer that expires. And so instead of just running a promo, we were always running, get so many credits for 30 days after the show if you sign up. We were actually running something that's, that says if you sign up before the show ends, which was Wednesday at noon, you actually get this discount. And so we were making that offer, and we had a 1,200% increase in signups for this show. We closed a ton of people, actually took their credit card information and signed them up for OpSpot rather than just, hoping, they closed within 30 days after the show ends. So made such a difference. And I think for me, with some of our customers, they run these specials, but the specials never end. And so customers, right, whether it's a, sign up for unlimited for $5, and it seems like a limited time only, but after you've run it every day for a year, your customers start to believe that it's never really going to expire, so they can sign up whenever they want and get the deal. And we were pretty strict on it. I mean, people would say, what if I sign up? And we say, look, you can still get the credit 30 days afterwards, but the discount expires at noon on Wednesday. And we had to do that even for the folks that we just really wanted to sign up. We had to say, look, we had to put this expiration date. And people would like think about it for like a day, and then they would come back to our booth, and they were like running back to our booth. Like Wednesday's a super slow day usually. They were running back to our booth Wednesday morning to sign up to make sure that they got in before that deal expired. And so I think it's really important when you do a promo to make sure there's a very clear expiration on it, and be hard about it.
Yeah, so urgency and scarcity, a couple things we mention a lot, but the cool thing is with our system, with OpSpot, those that use it, we're going to be testing a lot more, and you're able to do those not just on site. And I agree with you, Josh, 100%. When you're on site and you're doing, like, we hear a lot of these promos that are like, $5 for the first month of unlimited, and then full price after that, or for the price you pay today for your wash, you can wash unlimited. Those are great promos, but if you run them all the time, if you say, hey, for a limited time, you do this or this, and then you continue to run it, nobody believes you. But what if you mix that up, right? So what if for a limited time, for 30 days, you say, hey, until the end of blank, right? Maybe the end of the month, the end of May, the end of June, we're running, unlimiteds for $5 for the first month, right? And then change it, and don't allow it, because guess what? The next time you run a promo, they're going to believe you, and now you're going to get more people to sign up instead of like, oh, I'll sign up next time. No, because next time that deal is not going to be around. So we really want to harp on that on site, but also by having a database, and that's what we preach all the time, right? Is database. Get people in your database. You now have a tool and a platform to be sending out those texts with limited time offers. So, hey, the next 100 people in the next 24 hours get this. And we can track that and send those out and instantly get people to sign up, instantly get people to move. And that's how this type of text marketing works. And so you've got to be able to utilize your database, which you have through us. If not, make sure that you start growing that database. So not just online, you're going to be converting people, but it's offline. But Josh, that was awesome. Just to convert so many people, or sign them up at the show. We're really busy right now, of course, because we signed up a bunch. We still have a lot of leads to follow up with as well. But to get them to say yes, strike while the iron is hot, and get them to sign up right then and there was a really good idea. And
the cool thing is we got just as many leads as we normally do. So I think we got a few more leads than we did the last show, but we signed up.
We signed them up.
We signed people up too. So not only would we have all those leads to follow up with, but we actually signed more people than we've ever signed up at the show, which was awesome. So it was kind of a double win for us there. One of the things that we want to talk about in just a second is because Father's Day is coming up, a Father's Day promo. But before we do that, we're going to kind of end with that. But also, because the show is in Nashville, we made a little phone call, and how cool was it to have dinner with Donald Miller, with our team and our Club 52 guys?
Well, we're going to talk about, as you guys know, we've been really trying to push building a story brand by Donald Miller for the last year. We're bringing it to the space, super important. I am like, one of my dreams, I know it sounds crazy. I don't get all geeked out about, like, honestly, professional athletes, actors, or whatever.
People, the first thing that you said to Donald Miller when you met him was?
No, you don't need to disclose that. But I was from the time I started reading this book or listening to this book, I thought, I'm going to meet that guy someday. I loved what he was doing. I loved what he stood for. I loved the impact that he was making, and it literally changed my life. And I tell people that all the time. Those are those pivotal moments in life that you can go back to and say, we are here today because of this. And that definitely was something that happened to me as I listened to his book and then his other books. And I just continue. I've just drank the Kool-Aid, and I am hook, line, and sinker. But it is so good, Josh. We wouldn't be here today, honestly, if it wasn't for Don Miller and him taking and writing such an amazing book, and then continuing that with Business Made Simple and Here on a Mission, the different things that he's done. But yeah, I got to meet him. And again, it was something that I was like, someday I'm going to meet this guy. I had no idea. I mean, Josh, you were not a part of my life at the time. I may or may not have hired you for that reason. We'll talk about that. We'll keep that on the deal there. But ultimately,
now that's done. So I can be cut off. All right, so Josh just fulfilled his purpose.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that was cool. I mean, obviously you have that association with him. Josh does have a connection, and it was awesome that Don was willing to come out. And so we did our dinner. It's our Club 52 dinner. For those of you who know our Club 52, if you don't, you can check it out online. Just kind of not our top customers. We have a lot of really good customers, but 5 of them that chose to do our Club 52 program. We wanted to do something kind of special. So having that dinner, getting to meet Don, man, he is the real deal. Super genuine. He's everything, like I wasn't disappointed, right? Sometimes you meet somebody and you're like, he's better as a writer, or he's better not in person. And man, I'm telling you, the guy's a real deal. And I'm a fan, as you know. It was an amazing to just sit there, to shake his hand, to talk to him, for him to share with our team what he shared just about himself. And then, of course, some nuggets that he gave us already about the car wash space and some of the things that he gave our Club 52 guys. Man, I'm excited to continue to hopefully pick his brain, get him involved. Josh, you've piqued his interest, of course, in this space, and I'm excited to see where this goes and what we can do with it. So pretty awesome.
I've met several of my heroes before, and it is true what they say, never meet your heroes. And Don is one of the few where I've not regretted meeting him. In fact, it's just made him, given me much more respect for him, because he really does want the little guy to win. And so he's written all these books. He's written Story Brand. He's written Business Made Simple. He's written Marketing Made Simple. And he's working on another book called Small Business Made Simple. And he's writing these because he wants to help the small business win. He's so tired of, everybody else winning except for the small business and the middle class. And so that's why he started Business Made Simple University. And he gave our guys a lot of practical advice on how to invest into their team, into their employees, and get them to, really stay in the business long term. And do good. And so, he did that free of charge for us. I asked him what it was going to take, and he said, for you guys, I'll be there. And he was there, and he stayed with us. I mean, we had an hour and a half of him just pouring into our team and our guys, and it was awesome. And we've got a video recording of that we're not going to share with the podcast, but we're going to pull out nuggets from that, and we're going to share them on our podcast. And one of the cool things that we're going to do that we will give you more information about if you're listening is he on his own, he just offered, he said, hey, let's do a Q&A. We'll do a 30-minute Q&A with whoever you want to invite and be a part of that. And so we're going to set that up and let folks know what that'll be, and we'll probably air it as a podcast at the very least. So,
yeah, that's exciting, man.
Really excited about what came from that, and a couple of other cool things that he offered us that will come down the road. But let's talk about Father's Day. So Father's Day is coming up. It is in June, next month. And what I want to talk about this now, because I think that the things that we're going to kind of set up here, you need to go ahead and set up, especially if you're an OpSpot member. You need to, get with your rep if you don't know how to do these things that we're going to talk about, and make sure that you set these up and start thinking about these. Don't wait till the last minute to do it, because these are some really great opportunities. One of the things that you say, Levi, all the time is this is a numbers game. We need to get people opted into your text club. And if you get so many people opted into your text club, onboarding them to memberships and growing your memberships is going to be no problem. But how do you do that outside of just throwing up a free sign, a free car wash sign on your site. There are some other ways you can do it. We want to give you one today, and then in a few weeks, we're going to give you a whole list of them. But this one is super relevant. We want you to go ahead and know about it now so that you can get it set up before Father's Day. But how about partnering with a church to give away washes to dads, and not just a free wash coupon, but Levi, kind of set us up. How is the best way to go about doing that, where it benefits the dads and the churches who want to do something special, but also benefits the wash and getting people into their text club?
Well, absolutely. We've had some people do this. Blake Newman, I'll just throw his name out there. And actually, Josh, I'll get the image that he sent me, and maybe you can show it on this podcast. And what he did is he just partnered with the local church, and it's a big church, big old jumbotron screen, and hey, happy Father's Day. Text whatever it is. Let's say dad. Text dad to 30400 for a free wash. And he got a ton of people to opt in on that, which is awesome because it's serving the people, right? The fathers get a free wash, which is great, and anyone else who texted in, we don't really care because we want people into the wash. And then, of course, that car wash owner, being Blake at the time for launch there, was able to grow that database. And it's all about, again, it's the numbers game. So this is twofold. You're giving to the community, giving to the dads, and then you're bringing people into the wash. So I think that was a fabulous idea. We didn't come up with it. That's something that Blake did on his own. But, of course, we like to share those ideas with you. So if you guys have, like Josh said, start now. If you have a local church, a big church especially, that you could say, hey, we would love to give free washes to the fathers. That is, I think it's a really good idea to get people into that database and give back to the community. I think is a great idea. So
yeah, well, and make sure that when you approach the church. I was a pastor for a long time, and so there's going to be some information that I want to know as the pastor, and so just make sure that they understand how it works. Just let them know, hey, we're going to put a QR code or text, and the reason we've got to do that is because we need to be able to text them the coupon, and they're going to get a QR code that they can scan when they go in, and so we need to be able to do that. So make sure that they understand how it works, and you're being legit. You're not going to spam them or take advantage of their stuff. They're going to opt into your text club, but they're going to choose to opt into that, and they can easily choose to opt out of it if they want to. But make sure that they understand how the process works so that there's no questions or anything. And then you had one other idea, Levi, that I think was really good. Were you going to say something for that?
Yeah, I was going to say something. Josh mentioned a QR code. Back when Blake did it, it's pre-COVID, and they did a keyword call to action. We're really pushing everybody to do QR calls to action these days because of COVID. Obviously, you couldn't even eat lunch or dinner without being able to scan a QR code, which right. I love. I love QR codes. You can do it right on your phone. Takes up less room actually in the texting a key. We don't care about the keyword as much anymore. So it's really nice. So even on a big jumbotron, I think it'd be awesome to see this big QR code that people can scan, and people just sit there and scan that right from their seats at church. Yeah. I think is a really good idea. So I would if when you see the image, if I can find that, it'll be a keyword call to action, but we're going to promote and have you guys really try to do the QR codes, and even on signage, local signage, handouts, business cards, things like that, rack cards. Make sure if you're talking to one of our reps and if you're a customer of ours that you're asking for QR codes. And I really want to push those because I think that's where it's at. It's not going anywhere. And I think that's an easier way for people to join your club and get that wash. So a couple other ideas, Josh, for Father's Day, for those that are customers of OpSpot already, is to post it on Facebook, right? Easy. Make sure if you do it on Facebook, you're not just saying free car wash, come in, fathers, but you're saying click here. And when you click, we'll give you a link. And when you click on the link, you enter your phone number, and now they will be opted into the database and get their free car wash. So again, we're all about building a database. And if you're going to give away a wash in exchange, you need to exchange a mobile phone number, which is a mobile billboard, right? So we want to make sure that we're doing that. So I think any social media, huge, your own page, but I would boost it, right? So boost any post or even pay for it, and make sure that you're letting people know that you're doing the Father's Day promo. And then your existing database. So if you have existing members, right? If you're on our member retention program, you have thousands of people that are in your database. We want to make sure that you're letting and engaging with them and saying, hey, we're giving away free washes for Father's Day. even if they're a member, we can send them a link they can share. So they can give it to their dad, they can give it to friends, family, you name it. So we want to make sure that you guys know that, and that you're able to get with your rep. Again, if you don't know how to do that, we can easily send a message to those who've opted in for marketing for members. And then those prospects who are not members yet, same thing. You should be communicating these things with your customers to let them know what's going on. We just had Mother's Day. We had a lot of our customers do that. But Father's Day is coming up, and Josh mentioned here in a few weeks, I'm not sure when we're going to do it, but we really want to give you guys more of these practical ideas and tips to engage with members, prospects. Again, having that database and having a platform to communicate, we need to continue to do that. Yes, we put them on autopilot. We have a really good drip nurturing campaign, but certain times of the year, if you have certain promos or certain local events you're wanting to sponsor, be a part of, it's important to utilize that database. That's why you have it. So we want to continue. Part of this podcast will give you guys some good tips and some things to do to utilize that and take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And there's plenty of time to do it. So start now. If you're not an OpSpot member, there's still time to get that set up, but it does take a couple of weeks to get everything set up. So don't wait. If you want to leverage Father's Day to grow your database, to get people coming to your wash, to try it out. And here's the thing. We've said this before. When those dads come and get those free wash, anytime somebody comes and gets your free wash, make sure that they have an experience that makes them want to come back and pay for it next time. So, take advantage of having those people coming through your wash and just give them an amazing experience that they say, man, I'll pay for that next time. That was amazing. But leverage that, because, get that going this week, because, it does take some time to get all of that set up. You need to contact a church, your church. If you don't attend a church, find a local church or a couple of local churches and make that offer. But go ahead and set that up now, because I guarantee you churches are already planning their Father's Day stuff if they're not already done planning their Father's Day stuff. So get on that this week.
Absolutely. So, great idea. Cool. Hey,
very good.
Don't forget. We always forget to do this. I don't want to forget the call to action. Make sure to subscribe to our channels, YouTube, the Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is. Please do us a favor. That'd be super helpful, and share it with others. We just want to share this and get some good nuggets out there. So please, if you haven't done so, we'd love for you guys to make sure to subscribe to that. And you can also text cheers to 411-365. That's the number 411-365. Just put cheers in the body of the text. Subscribe to that so that you are on the alerts when we launch new podcasts.
Awesome. Well, cool. Well, very good. Super practical stuff today. And we've got some more really good stuff coming in the next few weeks. So make sure that you subscribe and stay tuned. And Levi, until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
See ya.